Alright, I think I want to lift up the lowest tier people right now, or lowest ranking, and then give the tokens to everyone. But at the same time, tokens are not gonna be happening until the actual event. That's gonna happen in this part 3, YouTube Battle Royale. Hello. We're gonna sit here and analyze more stuff that these people made out of themselves, out of creating a community in Joker jail or whatever. At this point, the terms are vague. We're just starting the video. We need to clear up how everything works. But when you go to jail, you do create a community, but the entire community is like criminal shit, right? Cosplayers, people who just make vlogs, maybe Poppy, vlog maker. That's pretty cool. She just makes it creepy and weird, so she would be attractive more than anyone else, and makes music. So yeah, I have no idea though if I can label as that. Yeah, I mean, I already labeled these people as internet mysteries. I don't have to like redo it. But they're gonna get their tokens, they're gonna get their superpowers, so whatever they do right, and why they're so high up on the list. And we'll see. We'll see what happens when they all meet together and go for an adventure, let's say. I don't know. I'll figure it out anytime soon now. I just want to build people up who haven't actually got enough attention. Again, I always say Hearthstone team is gonna pull 180 on everyone, and fuck you people who don't play card games, cause that's what I'm waiting for. But maybe my score system is broken, cause I don't really give much points for making me play games. Not much at all, but yeah. Because I don't necessarily like card games anymore. They're starting to get stale, and they're starting to get like the electricity vibe, something that you want to pull your arm off so it doesn't fucking shock you anymore. So it hurts at some point. At some point, you're just not playing strategy anymore. Again, tempo decks are supposed to have the most strategy and the most flexibility in their decks, because they play on curve. They don't actually have too many control tools, or too little, where aggro decks just run out of things and they only have burst damage, so they know where to target things. So tempo decks are my favorite, obviously. Duh, it's like it's supposed to be your favorite too in Hearthstone. What does that say about real life, for example? There's probably some weird two strategies that not supposed to work out. There's a strategy of growth, and there are strategies of stealing other people's stuff or controlling other people's stuff. It's like, oh shit, that is not exactly great strategies. You kind of want to do it yourself, figure out how growth works on your own, instead of relying on other people falling into your traps. It's a beautiful fucking disaster, but okay. Yeah, if you have to come here and be willing to listen to things that are somewhat smart, but it's not easy to wrap your head around, because I'm traveling across the internet and across the everything that I have compiled myself and came across is very, very interesting. So it's also personal. It is very hard to follow this list, but I'm trying to solidify it. I am open to suggestions as anyone else, because, I don't get anything. But I do see that, you know, if you do bump into someone obscure, they're not gonna get a lot of attention either. I think it's a mutual thing that we're suffering on the bottom of YouTube. Uh, if we're not knocking on doors on some communities, nobody's gonna recognize you, and for some reason everyone is just happy on their own little bubble that doesn't, you know, doesn't spin around the world and collect people. So they're just happy to be frozen and stuck in their own little place. Because people just will just come to them because everyone is just so upset and unhappy with themselves. They will find their community to share memes or whatever. It's kind of a depressing thing, honestly. Uh, like PewDiePie's meme community does a lot of work for him, but when you look at the community itself, it's kind of depressing that it even exists. Uh, that meme communities exist so strongly as well. That's pretty depressing. I don't exactly enjoy memes. I think they are capable of telling a quick hit story that makes me think, so it's useful. But I can't see people just going to these places and just staying there, and they physically have to go, without being invited. That is one hell of a fucking mystery to me. Okay, I think if you want to make a community, you really want to invite people and special kind of people, so you can actually explore certain types of people. I can do that because I actually found personalities to begin with, and I know how to group them. And I will describe a personality, and certain people will come. So I have way better power to even create a community. But I don't have the capacity to do that. Just nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares to spin around the world, and technology doesn't even do that either. It just freezes us in place, and now with coronavirus, it actually shows our true face. Our true face of, I just didn't put it a little better. So here she is talking about the thing, but she talks about the misinformation that people spread around. Basically, you can come up with all kinds of factoids, and it will spread around, because nobody knows how coronavirus works. So there's another virus, information virus, going on, and it's not a joke. It is pretty fucking insane, because it's literally the same thing with flat Earth. But with flat Earth, it didn't felt like a viral phenomenon that even governments respond to. This time, however, we don't actually see the virus. Through our windows we see the Earth is flat, and yet everyone says it exists in that other way. It's otherwise, okay? And you should be isolated, and you should be looking through your windows and not explore the world anymore. This is the biggest freeze out of government's asshole I have ever seen in recent years. like never happened. Never happened in my lifetime. This is a fucking freeze. Uh, and it's probably doing again more damage than the virus itself. I would love to put statistics out there and show exactly what's going on and what kind of damage government is doing right now and people are doing right now while being isolated by force. I mean, this is absolute nastiness. Because we're capable of sharing information online, information becomes so unrefined. We're supposed to put technology on this rotation cycle all the time. We're supposed to rotate our opinions, not stay in a bubble with certain opinions, and when we have an urge to share some kind of opinion, we have to exaggerate all the time because we have stayed in our perspective, so there's no fucking way other people are gonna take us seriously because they're stuck in their perspective as well, so we have to just burst our bubble and reach as many people as possible, like expand into insanity, right? And you explode and your ego explodes, and when people talk to you, you're just piece of shit because you have wasted yourself. It is not okay. There's certain people who are allowed to have a rotation because, well, they either work for the government, so they know everything, and they can do anything. They can travel to anywhere, and then businessmen can do that as well. There's a certain level of people who can certainly do any types of content, for example, and reach any community that they want. They have the power, the capacity. Maybe some of them don't do that, but this is the most liberating thing that a person can have right now. Is ability to rotate, ability to talk to different people, basically, and not be stuck in a bubble. If you can do, yeah, it's great. Great stuff. Even like, you friend zone yourself in a specific place with certain friends, and you get stuck, and you don't have the opportunities for in more interesting relationships, and you want to have as many relationships before you settle down. It's just so fucking simple, and yet that is the biggest problem right now. This ignorance and freezing of relationships is just school was my greatest opportunity. Why did nobody said that? I'm crying, I took it seriously. For what I'm concerned, I took everything I could from school and put it into a collection and put it into my organized manner of I like these girls, yes. Okay, I'm sad. I appreciated the school years like crazy because that's literally all you have when it comes to relationships sometimes. It is crazy out there. Then she says about stocking up. I think this idea is kind of lame because nothing's gonna happen because of the virus. Like, what's gonna happen? Yeah, if the stock suddenly stopped, weird shit would happen. Absolutely, okay. But who's gonna fucking create this shortage? When did it happen and it fucking worked? Like, I don't understand this fucking stocking up motion. It's a cool idea, but it's weird in practice. Okay, please don't kill me. I just, yeah, government, please don't kill me. It's like, Jesus, shut the fuck up. It's not war times. We're not stocking up for war times. Even then, it just, could it make sense even at that point? We still have internet, so it's internet war and drone war. I don't know, dude. We're not gonna hide in a fucking basement either. It's so weird. Yeah, my interest at this point is how is this a thing? How is this working out? And how do you can like see it through the matrix, through the whale of matrix. How does the map look like? Because a lot of services are like shutting down for no fucking reason, like ordering services. That is not cool. But you have to understand that there are work environments where a lot of people gather up, and managers don't like that because, oh, it's gonna spread the virus, whatever. So we have to slow it down or something, and it just makes no fucking sense for me. Because what I want to see is the virus itself first. You know, you're being affected. Oh shit, we have to lock it up now. We have to be careful. You know, you first have to encounter a risk in order to be careful. You can't just be like, do what other people do. And this is not how a virus should affect people, okay? You have to encounter it first. You have to encounter an enemy to be able to hide from it. Otherwise, you're hiding from nobody. You're just hiding from fear itself. It's just fucking bullshit. And I may have mentioned before, but people who are hoarding food and stocking up, guess what? They will stock up and stop stocking up. You know, they will buy up all this shit. Maybe even bring the price down or something. I have no idea. But hey, it's not negative for other people. Absolutely not. And you probably wouldn't have bought those kind of foods anyways in the first place. And the foods are supposed to exist. And people who are overstocked, they will probably come out and fucking start selling that shit anyways. It's like, there's no craziness going on in the world, and nothing's gonna happen at this point. I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't think I'm gonna watch any Crossout videos. Ugh. This looks expensive. You wanna know what I fucking play? New nerfs? Wait, what? I need to know this.
Alright, good morning Wasteland, Mr. G here. We are on the test server. We are checking all of the nerfs, the buffs, and the changes, showing you the new parts, getting you the latest info. These videos take a long time.
Alright, they're correct with the Annihilator. It's a new weapon that flies around and zaps people.
Alright.
Fucking annoying. Okay. Yep. The grenade drones are also fucking annoying. Little shits that walk around and just drop grenades. So, what do we get? 17. Durability, okay. Blast radius, okay. That's... okay, What is spread? Oh, spread is also how they miss. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Wow, finally! Tanks are getting nerfed! Yes! They're fucking annoying, and sometimes you just blow up out of one hit. What? One hit wonder. Ugh. It's just not cool. Tanks are just not cool. But yeah, they're super popular. It's not exactly impossible to counter tanks, but thanks. Yeah, thanks for the thanks. Trigger, yay. You wouldn't know what this thing does, but it's a laser gun.
Already barely mid-range.
Please showcase. Don't be shy. It's good enough. It's pretty nasty. Okay. It also has been on my list of like nasty little things. And I even like I call people out sometimes and ask them not to play the game. And now they're gonna come, one guy is gonna come back and be like, oh shit, I got nerfed. Get out of here, okay? Never come back. I never said you can come back, you fucking asshole. I even blacklist a lot of people who just have annoying strategies, but not necessarily tanks. I blacklist physical attackers, which are pretty easy to counter as well. We'll see. What else do they think is nerf viable? Because I think they touched everything at this point.
Feels like...
Finally! Synthesis gets buffed that you don't have to fucking click it anymore. Yeah, this is good stuff. I do want to fucking review this because it's my favorite game now. Who would have thought? Hey, Mr. G, I think you stole something from me. I was Mr. G on my Discord channel. You're not invited in my Discord. Oh, he only has 88 comments. Okay. Let's go play the game. My most adored strategy is this. Shotgun, 2 machine guns. Okay, machine guns fire things from very far away, but someone pops out of a corner for a brief second and you dump shotgun fire at them. It is a versatile build. It's also very difficult to destroy all the weapons, and that's what's up. That's what I use. Let's do a quick round. Actually, no. It's a new week, right? We're at Monday, so we can do it. We can do it. We can do scrap. Gonna have to wait a little bit, I suppose. There's also something constantly touching the ground or something. There's some explosive parts down there that can blow up, and I die. I instantly die, and actually there's like 30 durability on that thing. So you can blow up very easily. I'm not sure if I want to change it though, because it's small. It's a very small part of my build. You can make it bigger.
It's time to pay by drinking tar and blood.
So let's show the world our skills. As long as the bots don't... Oh, it's not a bot. It's an asshole. It's an asshole grinder. What you want to do is help your team, because you don't want to attack yourself. You don't want to battle yourself. How would you do that? Just help your teammates. Don't shoot at me. Shoot at my teammates, asshole. Oh, thank you very much. Well, that happens and you die, as I've said. That's why I hate tanks. They can kill you with one hit sometimes. And they have no strategies, and you have to wait until you know what the opponent has, and then you know it's a tank, then you know how to fucking play against it. I couldn't even run away from it. It's so annoying. What do? Shotgun here? It also has... long range? What the hell? That was annoying. He just spent time in front. Oh shit. No, I don't fight against these tanks. These are my weakness. Flying tanks are just not okay. I'm probably dead, by the way. Help me escape. This is dangerous. Alright, this is good. Now I can help my teammates properly. targeted. That's some kills right there, baby. Oh, it's in the base. Oh, it's too late for me. Oh, I killed it. I killed it though. Yes! That's how you do it. Intimidation. Look at those badges. Easy. Let's do one more. I'm probably not gonna change my strategy ever. It's just optimal strategy. Just stupid. You have stealth to run away from bots. Sometimes there are like a few bots. The maximum of 4 bots can be in the game. So you want to hide away from them with the stealth technology. Once you stealth, the bots pick up a next target. You really want that. As a player, you really just want to screw up your teammates. That's the strategy. You're not actually fighting against their opponents. Just making sure your teammates attack first. And you're just extra. Because I'm not a tank. I don't have infinite durability. Like, that's not my build. Sorry, guys. This guy's just eager. He didn't even attack my weapons properly. Might have to go one-on-one on someone. And I do have to fight one armed actually now. I only have a shotgun. And I'm still being targeted. That's fun. I don't know, I'll probably just go to their base at this point. Oh, I don't want to fight that. Just don't look at me. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. Oh, this guy doesn't have anything, so 1 out. Actually, I should have chased him, because they're just as dangerous to our base. I'll just try. No, I'm dead. We can wait. Just one dude. Maybe do another match. It's super random because when you're playing against a lot of players, I think this was full. The range of how can battles go, in which direction, for which team, is very wide. At some point there's some game breaker on other team that you can't kill possibly, and they win the game. There's one build in particular that didn't got nerfed. And the big track build, where you literally have huge shielded tracks and crawl across the fucking battlefield like an indestructible thing with 4,000 durability or something? I have no idea. Literally indestructible at this point. 1,000 durability for me is like cute, very cute. But 4,000, I don't know. I don't understand that game. Wheels don't necessarily count as durability, but yeah, you immediately get targeted. By the way, it's so fucking frustrating. The moment you start sniping, see, I'm getting attacked for no fucking reason here. Technically, It's like my teammates don't do anything. Like, look at this. I'm being shot at right now. Can you imagine this shit? This sort of gameplay is what I hate the most. When it's stalemate. Look at this guy. This is what I was talking about. These guys have 4,000 durability, and this guy can't even fucking try. It's pathetic. Yeah, this is usually the strategy you just want to accomplish, just flip them over. So I'm just waiting. We're kind of winning anyways. Oh, cute. I guess I was distracting them the whole time. Look how awesome I am. This guy has the trigger we talked about. I just do whatever the fuck I want to them, I guess. Is there anyone left? I wasn't being shot at. I would have been dead at that point. Jesus. What battle? We're literally winning. Yeah, it's sometimes so fucking easy. I can take it. Let's go. Oh, so sad. Did another kill. And that's it. That's how you play, boys. The best cheap strategy, because these guns are like, what? They're affordable, okay? They're affordable. 100 coins each. You can get 1 coin per battle, basically, if you play scrap. Collect that. Get the guns. Easy. Oh yeah, it's not over yet though, because I have a very expensive omnibox. It's 400 coins. You can still get 700 coins in a package for 30 euros. So now I have earned 20 euros or something playing this game. Like, I'm pretty fucking buffed, you know. I feel cool when you can earn money playing a game. Technically, it doesn't work that way, obviously. I still have to sell the whole thing. But let's say I have collected that much value. It's pretty cool. You can talk about Hearthstone the same way. I have no idea how much Hearthstone value I have collected, because I played Arena a lot, and every single time you complete an Arena run, you get $1 pack. You know, it's cool. I love thinking that way, specifically. Yeah. It takes a little bit of ingenuity to put together, you know, those things that hold turrets, because they get knocked out first most of the time, especially by explosions. There's probably something you can do to just protect from explosions as well, but at the same time you're overextending into sides, and it's already annoying as it is. You don't want to do that. So this seems like super optimal for now. On level 34, 30 with 4 prestige points. You just collect prestige at this point. Let me show people, okay? Right here, 30. Look at that power level. You might want to collect friends as well. Be friends with as many people as possible. Just randomly ask for friends, because they gather up right here in your little playfield and give you extra stuff. That's cute. the most important strategy is completing as many weekly challenges as you possibly can. That's the main thing basically. That's the main goal of your play session every week. Just completing those, selling this miner's container because you don't want to gamble stuff. You're never gonna open up anything useful. So just sell it, and then you buy your fucking strategies that way. Whatever you desire, whatever works. And I know machine guns work, but I never really knew that I would need a shotgun. So that was like a big game changer for me, just having a second weapon. Are you kidding me? What is that? I always thought machine guns were the superior tactic of everything, because I literally destroy everything and I can stay in range, so I'm never being attacked. I know tanks can also snipe people, but that's like stretching the canvas of what tanks supposed to do. So I'll just stick with this shit. And the most important part, there are autocannons as well, which shoot way more powerful bullets because they're called cannons, technically, autocannons. They kind of act as machine guns, but they're very, very difficult to actually aim at the target. So if the target was from here to here all of a sudden, I would have to like that is not okay. So that's what machine guns fix, and I think they are superior in the game right now above everything else. So you just aim and shoot. As simple as that. But you still have to know the strategies of being with your team, staying away from the fights until all these crazy builds get to smash into each other. All these people who have incredible egos go in front of your team and get obliterated. You have to hunt down those people first. Never ever charge unless there are 3 people left in the game on your opposing team. Then you can charge and hunt down specific builds, because one-on-one fights you can probably win, but everything else it is not worthy. Okay, not worthy of attention, because not worthy of their attention to you. You don't want that attention. Please run. There's probably this thing that I can shield up a little bit, but I don't care. The Omni box that I bought has a very high tonnage. Tonnage is like stuff that you keep track of all the time. So is this thing. This is the most important part of the vehicle, because you can armor up as much as you want, and you can increase your power score as much as you want at that point. That is the main advice. However, you're gonna have a very low tonnage at first, because what you want to buy is Growl. It has 11 energy. Or you can skip Growl and buy Pilgrim. It also has 11 energy. It has higher tonnage. It's not necessarily a better deal. You might want to just stick with Growl. It's super cheap. You might want to stick and just jump into Omnibox. But Omnibox is definitely better, even though it is higher power score, so essentially you're going to play against higher tier opponents, and it's not exactly fun. I'm not going to say it's fun to fight stronger opponents, because some of the people have spent a lot of money or time into the game, and just like with Hearthstone, it's pay to win sometimes. If you pay a lot of stuff, you win more often. Who would have thought? But it's fun. It's absolutely fun. It's absolutely my favorite game right now, and it's probably gonna stick for that a long amount of time to be that. Because I really enjoyed Robot Wars, and I never really saw that ever as a game, ever. And now it's back. Robot Wars is back, better than ever. In an actually very nice team versus team format. It was just so cute and nice, and it could expand even more. but right now it's just popular in Russia or whatever. It's just so stupid. So, with that in mind, thank you, PewDiePie. Again, he gets all the credit for this game, because nobody actually is promoting it. It's just beautiful. I love it. Thank you for this wonderful gift. You know, it's a gift when someone promotes an amazing game, just out of the ordinary. He leaves YouTube and promotes an amazing game. It's just the perfect opportunity to praise PewDiePie at this point. It's like, my opinion about PewDiePie changed 180 degrees, you know. It's just, wow, beautiful. One very small thing that I forgot to mention is that you do need bumpers. And maybe you even use them in a lot of other places than just up front. I might even like use it on the side. I actually use it here. It's a bumper. Bumpers have incredible durability, so they're very useful as pieces of armor, or even standing on top of them is pretty useful. So whenever you can afford doing that, do it. It's a epic strategy. That's what I said, high ingenuity, but like, yeah, that's the main part, really. And you just try to build around it so it sticks to the vehicle as well, and you hide the parts that are very vulnerable to the damage, because if this part gets knocked out, the whole thing falls apart. Actually, it's not as nice as it can be at the moment. So I guess I can hide it right here, like this. Put it in here. So I'm probably gonna do that, because this part is huge, and I can also shield it with another layer. So it's pretty cool what you can do. It's amazing to just build around and improve your building skills. It's pure bliss for me right now. I play this every day for quite a while now. For as long as PewDiePie have reviewed it, I play it from that point. So you know it's long. PewDiePie disappeared in the start of the year, like second month, right? So it's now 1.5 months that I play this shit. And it halts my video progress, so might as well highlight it. Why not? Another thing that I just decided to do is, like, if anyone writes you a message or refers to you, you just add them to your friends list. Just do that. So there would be some kind of reason that you adding people into your friends list. You don't just randomly add people into your friends list, but you also, like, you know, that's a nice threshold to have. You need a little threshold, not just particularly a reason, but a way to add people to your friends list. Just a way. We win. Anyway, see you later, guys, with the episode, you know? I really like how it all played out, because these Liberty Jokers, they can't really provide much value for a video, let's say. You just kind of watch it and you pick your fucking favorites, I guess. You pick your content. It's not bad, but it's a Liberty thing. Yeah, Penn and Teller fool us. How could this be split into two things? Well, there are in fact two perspectives, of someone trying to get fooled and someone trying to run a show and greet all the contestants and talk to them of how they feel after they did a particular act. You know, there's a two different perspectives, and I think for this specific instance of the show, round 6 is actually considerably weaker than round 7, which is supposed to be the case. And the idea is to let the Liberty Jokers bring their best things that they find in the world, because they interact with a lot of things, let's put it that way, and they have that opportunity to be like, okay, what is the best thing? Because most of the time, if you walk through it, just like with Nikki or Critic, like, I don't think I can trash VJHS. Logan definitely trashable. Captain Sparkle is like, these people have plenty of content, but they don't actually have. When you ask what is the best, you kind of start struggling and seeing things in the actual perspective. So the same way should apply here. If I ask a specific sort of behavior, I will get a very different and a very general perspective for what I'm trying to do. But this could be different, right? These jokers could be a little bit more useful for competition. People who are in Liberty, they are so good at fighting that, you know, it's all short and not that's it. It's short. There's absolutely nothing to comment about. It's short, everyone displays themselves as like, well, I did what you asked for. Can I go now? Enjoy more things out in the world? It's so fucking weird, right? That there is this huge split, and I'm talking about huge, that just naturally happened. So this time, we're gonna be exploring the unknown. My favorite, okay? Liberty people know the known things and know it so well that they can present it in very quickly, and they fight very quick. Everything was very cute, and it took only 2 episodes. This is a 3rd episode, and it should end there, which is still pretty quick. For round 7, it's pretty quick. But we're gonna be presenting some crazy ideas from the Matrix itself. This is like super hard work that you wouldn't necessarily think is happening, but because they control communities, entire communities, it's like controlling entire mining facilities for ideas and breakthroughs of culture, like that sort of level. It's not a joke, even though these are jokers, right? And technically, they're just as good because they're very obscure, but no. In my case, they're better and way suited for round 7. So here you go. I mean, after all, jokers have different levels as well, and they can be definitely split with worse to better. Like, it's possible, right? So even that could be the case. But I don't want to make that conclusion just yet. I'll just do it that it's more suitable for me right now. And I was more attracted, and it does make it better in a lot of cases. And in this case, it also requires appreciation for what they do. Because you wouldn't think that I'd need a 10th person specifically. But I do. I need someone to like open the Matrix gates. And it's a perfect person because it completes a special team for me. So let's see what happens. I'm almost ready. I think I want to fill up like to 50% total, and then finish up the rest with the gates open and all the tokens collected and the chat being very, very active. Chat meaning that these personalities are gonna create their little things and interact in a completely next level, and I don't know. It's gonna be a lot more obvious when it's actually happening, so let's keep going. I'm reviewing the Todd Howard thing. I'm not sure how it's gonna last. It seems like the last video that I want to watch, but there's so much content I don't really have a way to review it. Hearthstone is a pain in the ass. Hearthstone is dying in my arms, but at the same time, Runeterra is just good. It's just satisfying. So I think, you know, it's not hopeless. Hearthstone is not hopeless of a game. It's just very difficult to work with when you know that the meta game is becoming so disgusting. I just played against a shaman that plays Shadowwalk and summons 2 8/8s and fills up his board with Shadowwalks. And then, what is that? What is that thing? All of a sudden your board is full because of one card? Like, this is bullshit. I don't understand how is that the game. But there is one possibility here. There's one way that I can possibly win in Hearthstone, and I have to pull off some weird shit combos out of my ass. It is possible. There's certain cards that can do it, that can break the game before people who think they're breaking the game, they're just kind of playing a well-known combo or have invested a lot of money and they got their legendaries and all that shit. They put together their Exodia pieces and they think they're so fucking cool. There are possibilities for Hearthstone to be good, and I might not be stretching enough for what's possible. I might be a problem, okay? I still have hope. As I build those best decks, I want to keep that hope up. I think I can still pull off the best tempo decks that have that slight advantage of drawing a lot of cards, and those a lot of cards have tiny effects that stack up all together and just burst the opponent down. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm going to show you once I pull it off. So Hearthstone is not dead, okay, by any means, and it's supported by Runeterra's existence. That's great. Who else? Delphinus is hit and miss, right? It's like, it's right there, but it's a miss because you have to find cosplayers that you like. Like, there's so many out there, and it's so close. It's so close. At any point, someone can just fascinate me, because cosplayers sometimes tend to do a lot of work, and the only thing that has to happen is, like, you hit the right characters and you hit the right fucking self-personality embracement or whatever. Like, at any point there can be someone who's doing a better job than Delphine herself, and that requires respect and attention, right? Somehow there's someone doing a better job and being obscured. I would not let that happen, okay? That's the big deal about cosplayers here. And e-girls, I don't care. I just like girls being cute and stuff, obviously. And then college humor, I still have to, like, get myself comfortable with that show in general. It's skits, it's supposed to be easy to consume, but there's some kind of underlying theme all the time. So I have to get comfortable with that, and I want to jump in and do it. So these are not hopeless. In fact, I pretty much haven't touched them properly. So it's gonna be okay with these guys. Obviously, girls are still not nerfed, let's put it that way. They're not nerfed and guys are shit if they don't have, like, girls around them. It's how you get value in life for some reason. I don't understand life. I don't understand peaceful life, so in war times, of course, guys are like gonna stab you in the back faster than girls. Great. But in peaceful times, girls are stabbing everyone's backs or eyes. Everything. They're stabbing everything. Every piece of your body. They're just stabbing it, except, you know, you can stab them with your dick back, you know. Oh, hey, I can stab you. Yes, you have been stabbed 100 times now. Finally, you can stab me. Jesus Christ. Wow. Girls are insane. And I am in fact stabbed, and I feel like that's why I sleep so much. I've been stabbed. Okay, never mind. Yeah. You never know how it's gonna turn out. I mean, the only thing keeping Ari away from like a win is like 100 points here, and she has to start competing again. Like 100 points would put these at. No, it's Ari's just killing it. The only reason why Ari's not killing it 100% is that her passion meter is almost empty. Okay, it's almost over. Her performance is almost over, and everyone else still has pretty good passion meters. The only thing we're hoping for as a team is that this shit is gonna fill up very fast, and is gonna hold the entire game, and it's gonna be over, right? And that's it. Everything is explained. Let's keep watching stuff. Let's keep interacting, and let's keep digging, basically, until we open the gates, and then shit is gonna get weirder. I'm gonna open the gates at 50, and then see what happens. Don't even want to record the footage. Hearthstone is so broken. Like, every card the other people play is broken. And it's not like every card. It's the cards that they put together as combos. I try to fucking build a deck that just kind of works. And it's supposed to work. That's what card games are about. You build a generally good deck and it generally works. And it doesn't this time. As well as my deck building abilities are trying to push, Galakrond decks are cancer. It's absolutely insanity. Galakrond is unbeatable. How did Blizzard fucking develop it and thought it was okay? It was okay to create a 6-mana Mega Flame Strike. Or, no, it's a Choose Flame Strike ability. It does more than that. Once you become a Galakrond, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Galakrond that gives you 0 mana cost cards. Galakrond that gives you 8/8s. Galakrond that gives you... The only thing you have to do is play good cards. How difficult is that? You know, play good cards, and you can summon the most epic win game with one card fucking dude, you know? Back in the day, Cthulhu was difficult to get into your hands. Cthulhu was a 50% win rate deck that if you turn it into a control deck, you can push that win rate a little bit more. This time, you can draw your fucking Cthulhu, and it's actually stronger than Cthulhu ever was, because you don't have to play a single Cthulhu card at all. The Galakrond cards don't count. They're good on their own terms, and as you know, they generate value. Just, what the fuck is that shit? What have you done, Blizzard? What have you done? In one expansion, they destroy their fucking game, and Kripparrian is so scared he's just hiding in battlegrounds, not even touching arena either. Just battlegrounds, guys. You have dragons now. It's fair and everything, you know? It's like, yeah, it's the fairest thing ever, and it's the most attractive shit, because that's one thing that Hearthstone does not fucking have and will never have for 2 fucking years now. Congratulations, Blizzard. I am not playing this game for 2 years. And I don't know who is the magician that's gonna change my mind about it. I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm gonna see Galakron decks is like something that I want to play myself just because I'm retarded or something. I will never play it because you still have to prep them with tech, and they still play the same fucking way. Because just like Cthulhu decks, you still do the same fucking thing, right? Prep for the Galakron, play Galakron decks for cards for no fucking reason. Sometimes you put the reason in. Yes, there is some flavor. I can't attack that fully 100%. There's some flavor when you put it, the Galakron deck properly, put it together properly. That's great. It's something you can enjoy and take credit for. But you have to do it. Just like with quests. I thought quests were fucking cancer of Hearthstone. I was ranting about that. But they fucking went to next level. It's free to play, so everyone has it, and everyone has to play it, and everyone can play it, apparently now. And great. It's good for new players. Let's keep it that way. Let's never play Hearthstone again. Let's just leave it for new players. Go to something else. Oh, fuck my life. Over time, Hearthstone was supposed to be like a skill-based game, and the skill should have increased, and I sort of feel that when I play my deck, Resurrect Paladin. Even though it's just a quest, so I try to keep up with other people, you know, and I have to play something that's competitive, so I play the quest, but it's still not good enough. It's amazing. They play one card, fill up their entire board, and win the game. I have never seen in Hearthstone that one card wins the game almost every single game. 90% of the games, one card wins the game now. Yes, back in the day, Flamestrike was like feared card, but you can play around that. You can build your deck around Flamestrike or something that fucking wipes your board. It was nasty, but it wasn't winning the game after they clear the board. They don't fucking win the game. They don't create a board out of thin air and maybe even clear it at the same time, because you have rush minions when you summon those 8/8s, right? Like they have a rush out of for some reason with Shaman. Just, I don't understand. Who made 16 mana card into an 8 mana card? You know, 16 mana cards are not supposed to exist, which is why one card is not supposed to win the game. You know, playing 10 mana card that someone's 15 of stats was like, whoa. That would be the edge. But they already fucking pushed the edge so far so they can print whatever cards they want now and then ignore everything, basically. It's like, why did they try to nerf or fix basic cards or anything, do anything with basic cards if they constantly break the game every expansion, right? They have to reinvent how do we break the game so people are interested in Hearthstone. How do I break my fucking bones so people fucking give me attention? You know, just that's what Hearthstone looks like to me. It's amazing. I tried everything. I'm a long-term Hearthstone player, just like everyone else, but I'm not a streamer. I haven't invested and built a fucking business, so I know what I'm talking about when I am a casual fucking player and nobody pays me to play fucking Hearthstone. At some point, that was not the case. I earned $40 playing Hearthstone. That's crazy. And I played Arena every fucking day and I enjoyed it because if I was forced to play constructed, I would say no, but then I would think about it. Fuck it, Let's just figure out how it works. If I get paid, fuck it, But I would contemplate. At that point, I would still contemplate whether it's worth it. It would be worth it, just, okay, you lose sometimes they don't draw right, sometimes you just play broken decks, or whatever kills you the most, whatever is the highest on the meta, you just play that deck, you just do brain dead shit, it's great. But that's the question. Again, please, how could Hearthstone break itself when over time you generate cards that are more and more complicated and have more and more keywords and have more... But no! Blizzard doesn't fucking give a shit. They instead create cards that are easy to play and easy to fucking win the game with. So that people are forced to play Hearthstone at this point. It's so good. It gives you the wins, every single time. I don't understand this mentality. And every single card game, because it works, it just works. This thing just works. Every single card game does not do that, and is better than Hearthstone. Hearthstone is like a big rant. You get this good experience, but something ruins it. Some kind of little thing ruins it, and you don't really like Hearthstone that much. But once you realize it, you want to play other games. So it is like a trap, like a trap game. It's the best trap game. What is every game now a trap game? It's supposed to be, but it's as a trap game, I give it credit. I've played it for so fucking long. Yeah, I'm stuck. I was stuck, and I needed something better. So they created the demand, they created all this stuff. They're not gonna take credit for it, because, who takes credits for making traps to people? So might as well just take what they can get, right? They're the first card game that anyone's gonna play, so whatever. But you have to understand, you have to wrap your head around it, and you just put all this shit together until after 5 years you realize what Hearthstone actually is, in solid perspective. It's just a trap for new players, but you shouldn't invest too much time into it. It should be a basic style card game that you can come back to and grab some gold, grab some packs, open some stuff. Sometimes it might even be balanced for a split second. Nobody cares. In Blizzard, nobody cares about balance. Right? Balance is, I have said it so many times, balance is the hardest thing to bring into games. Ever. But it's the most important thing to bring into games, and if people don't do it, the game breaks. Right? So as I've said, every single expansion, instead of introducing balance, they break the game, so it would be more interesting. It's not cool. And it's they're putting in so much work. The cards look so cute and stuff, and so interesting. There is potential that in 1 year or so, they're gonna fill in the card pool, and all the cards are broken at the same level. So when they fill the board, you fill the board with stuff, or you can't. But it's impossible. I'm trying to fucking see through this Galacron shit, and no. It's not like you see them play Galacron cards, and now you know what deck they're playing immediately, and you're like, oh, I know what to do. No, you don't. No, that doesn't happen at all. It's just not. That's not how it works. It's not like when they play Galacron, you have to play aggro, right? Because you have to kill them before they play crazy shit. That's the whole goal. So you have to create a deck that instantly snaps into aggro. like instantly has these aggro tools that bam, you know? So it's still possible to create something with that mindset. Let's try a few more games. I don't know, dude, but let's try. Let's Galacron, guys. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do a few more games. I feel like that's the only way out right now. Because it's never really over until it's like super over, until it's ogre over. There is a chance that you just go face at that point. You see it's a Galacron, you just dump cards, you coin out shit, go face, man. Because they have one thing and one thing only that will save them, right? So that's kind of like the saving grace that I feel is possible. But now I have to make sure that my deck snaps into aggro mode, and I draw a bunch of cards and I do all this stupid shit, but at the same time I keep the control part of the quest, which have the eggs, right, for the control part. And usually that's enough. And then I have to do it for all other classes as well. And yes, if I play Galacron, I would play it completely differently. I have to play it as aggro to counter all the aggro, and then all of a sudden, you get to play Galacron and do whatever the fuck you want. Otherwise. But usually Galacrons don't actually encourage aggro, so putting it all together is going to be pretty tough. But that's what's up. I want to play a few more games. I think I chilled. Let's see what happens when I come back. The immediate problem, another problem with Galacron decks is that they actually provide tempo the moment you play Galacron. You fill in the board, so you have to actually kill them before they do it. Before they play Galacron. And the Galacron shows up not at 10 mana as with Cthulhu. You know, it's so much better. It's like 10 times better. 10 times. At least 4 times, okay? Because those turns are huge margin, okay? For aggro decks, it's a huge margin to get more turns. So it's so much better than Cthulhu. And Cthulhu is still viable last year. It's no longer, but it was okay, you know? If it existed, people would play Cthulhu sometimes. I don't understand. How did they do that? How does Blizzard do that? At a fucking asshole. I wouldn't... This is the worst game design ever. This is such a trap level of game design. See, when I play this shit, it feels like I'm doing okay because I'm still on the board, but there's a ticking timer until I definitely 100% lose the game. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't understand. There's a time bomb on my fucking back? How much did it cost? Nothing. I played a few cards. Specific cards, right? Let's just take a random card, paint it a specific card, and it feeds into a time bomb, right? Just like, okay, let's say this egg does 5 damage to you when I play it. Just like that, you know, it adds a bomb into your deck or something. It's just some stupid shit like that, but it's still a fucking vanilla card. It's still a normal card, right? It's amazing. Sometimes you're capable of out-controlling these stupid Galacron decks, but this is not the case. Because Galacron has its own sidekick, you know? The uncontrollable sidekick. And also, it has, well, Shadowwalk. Bye-bye, Shadowwalk. We're not gonna see you next year. But hey, we're probably gonna see some other fucking madness that I don't want to fucking see anyways. It is... I'm not happy, okay? No. I wonder, what am I gonna play now? Oh yes, Galakron, and I'm not gonna do anything else this turn. But it's gonna take me a fucking minute to figure out whether I'm gonna play Galakron or not. So what did they get? They get a Pyroblast. Okay, that's like half of the Cthulhu, right? Again, it is 10 times better than Cthulhu. 10 times. Did we really progress this far into the game that we just casually have to do this? I don't know, dude. Fuck my life. He did nothing. He did nothing, and I have to play against this shit. It's like a threshold. The only thing you have to do is play well. It's just... how difficult is that? Oh shit, it's not over yet, you know? It's a 10 mana that wins the game, but is not exactly good because Galakron is better. I think Warrior Galakron is actually better than the best deck ever. Technically, for me. Because it can be aggro and control at the same time. Like, you can't beat that. You can't beat a double-edged sword. I mean, just... what the hell? Looks like another Galakron Shaman is dying? Is he dying? Yeah, I think he's dying. This Shudderwalk is very, very small. Just gonna wipe my entire board. Nothing. No, he's dead. He's just lucky to have a taunt. That's pretty badass. Like, this is the most mid-range deck I can build. It's something that builds stats, and it's aggressive enough to, you know, like, do its own thing. Out-tempo the opponent if they fucking fail to build a board early. And that's it. It's super simple, and it's supposed to work. And it's working right now after I made even more adjustments. I had to work on this deck like forever to make it work. Because the meta decks are incredibly insane. I'll just gonna crush this paladin. I don't understand why he's rank 18. Like, rank 18 is fucking for professionals only. Because that's where I have fallen. I have fallen all the way down to 19. Also, this card is pretty good. Yeah, there is that sweet threshold, because Galakron decks are gonna play the same fucking shit over and over again. They kinda can't compete if I break that threshold. At some point, it's just like, my deck is like so much better than their stupid Galakron shit. But it's so hard to get there. They really forced it on people. I can kinda see now what's going on, but like, it's still not okay. Because up to that level, like, Galakron is still... has the same issues that I was screaming about. Like, it doesn't change anything. The fact that I can break the threshold and make Galakron somewhat less appealing. Just for a brief second again. We're having a mirror matchup, but I don't think it's gonna work out for him. He did complete the quest a lot faster and got all the acts completed. Fuck. This is worse than my board right now. And he has Consecrate too. So he's basically fully tacked against me. So I'm just slightly slower. Slightly. If I don't survive next turn, I probably will survive though. The only question is like, what is he? Yeah, that's a deck right there. He's just lucky. He had to complete his quest faster and keep up the tempo at the same time. All that shit. Yeah, Triants are also pretty annoying. It's not Galakron level, but it's like endless piece of shit. If you don't contest the board early on, you just die. But they also come back as a control deck, so it's aggro control. Like, it's a weird deck as well. So unlike him, unlike me, he's not running out of ammo at all. Like, this 2 mana 8/8, it's just casually. Just out of my asshole. It's like, let's buff certain cards and make certain special fucking decks that have no brain for playing. You just play 2 mana 8/8 that rushes your opponent. He doesn't even know how to trade. It's like, what happened? I have to attack taunt? What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh my god, are you having cancer stroke? The best part about it is that I'm completing my quest, right? That's it. Probably wrong order. Nah, I don't think so. Oh my god. Everything feels wrong. No idea. You know, one card wins the game because, like, he draws that 5-7 mana card that buffs every Triumph. All of a sudden, his deck is good now again. It's like, oh, now I can contest the board. Because my card is 50% more powerful when it already was powerful enough. No, Blizzard. It's RNG based strategy. Don't do it. Oh, never mind. They're just brain dead at this point. I'm brain dead. They're brain dead. I will not win this. Not a chance. But hey, might as well had a try. Play everything because I ran out of stuff. And I can't attack phase, by the way. I can't. So I literally have to trade. Because he can buff and then easily trade. So literally have to trade. It's amazing, dude. He didn't run out of fucking anything. I quit. At this point I quit. Because this is a better tempo deck because it's aggro and control. It doesn't actually have anything. You know, like, what did he do? He played one card and his turn ends. He didn't do anything. It's like, oh, I can squeeze in a buff. Okay, that is great news for me. But you just play one card twice. Like, why do you print an 8 mana card that has no strategy whatsoever? And you can play it twice as well. Like, great. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't understand any design perspectives at all. I can understand, like, Runeterra makes high-cost cards, like, super strong, because the game doesn't last very long. But this is different. This is so fucking different. I don't know why I'm playing, by the way. Oh, he can be my friend, by the way. So much positive attention. I don't know, just give up. At this point, I give up. Like, what did he do, and how much effort did I put in? Effort doesn't matter. Right? Normally, effort matters. You think about turns, no, I played card games. This is not a card game anymore. This is, I have collected an Exodia. A meta Exodia. Something that Blizzard crafted specifically for me, you know. It's a special sandwich of ass. Oh my god. It's a fucking moment of silence. I don't want to play this game anymore. I'll play Arena. Maybe. I don't even want to play that. I don't want to play this card. Ugh. It's fun building stuff, but then you just, no, please, you go to hell. Because, yeah, Blizzard just, hey, You like building decks? Guess what? You don't have to do it this expansion. Or any expansion for 2 years. So you don't like building decks, okay? You do not like building decks in Hearthstone. That is wrong. That is a wrong perspective that you having right there, boy. Don't judge, I'm back in Hearthstone because I thought Air Raid is pretty good and Juggler is pretty good in this deck. So might as well try and mix these things together, see what happens. Should be a little better than what I had previously. Like it's just as good as that 8 mana spell that summons a bunch of shit late in the game, which is not something you can use late in the game or early in the game. So it's technically a dead card for a little while, but it's not. It also doesn't do anything immediately, so you have to have enough health to perform that. But when you're an aggro deck that turns into a control deck, you can do that sort of magic. So the only thing I have to do is just be better at both things, at pressuring early on. I don't know, I'm just making shit up. I can't beat Tryon Druid. It's so stupid. It's the stupidest thing ever. It doesn't even have to use Embiggen or anything, really. But it should. It probably should. Anyways, I can remove a minion. Look at that. That is gonna be very nice. It's so funny how I feel like when I improve my deck just a little bit, it changes everything. The game changes once again, but then again, the stronger and stronger opponents start rolling in, the more and more RNG, you know, you get exposed to that. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I have never felt this fucking way in Hearthstone. Usually you just climb. Build a good deck and climb. It's game over. Don't have a fucking problem going to rank 15. Like, what? I'm having a lot of problems right now. Normally in Arena you play this, you win the game. If your opponent doesn't break the game or whatever. But this is not Arena. This is, you break the game every single turn almost. It feels so fucking weird. Like, I will have Horde Pillagers that will summon a True Silver. And True Silver is good on its own, but you just keep on summoning it and killing dragons. Who doesn't want to fucking do that? Let's go kill some dragons, am I right?
Treasure? Loot?
Yeah, let's go. Kill and summon dragons at the same time. Alright, this game seems so easy because it doesn't have any answers or whatnot. Unless it's Reno time and everything disappears and I have to start all over again. And scratch my head, how the fuck do I do that? It's like, who invents a board clear that wipes everything? Like,
Ready for a show?
what? What? I have to have a full hand now to just be able to recreate. It's like, instead of clearing the board, you can look at it as clearing the hand. Like, that's what Reno does. It's amazing. At least clearing 3 best cards in your hand. Like, what the fuck? And that's kind of the control phase, right? Because if you properly, like, it's a control card, it's a 10 mana card, obviously. You can do whatever you want, it's 10 mana at this point. Because it's supposed to be better than Cthulhu, right? Every card is at 10 mana is now supposed to be better than Cthulhu without you playing Cthulhu cards. That you play Cthulhu cards to buff Cthulhu, but the buffed Cthulhu is just the same as powerful as, you know what. I'm trying to say, like, ugh. I don't know, man. All he really needed to do is play Flame Strike, and guess what? He would summon a dragon. and he doesn't have to play Mountain Giant in this stupid deck. Like, god damn it. I'm still frustrated because mages win in this situation particularly easily. It's just, there's no hope for me. Just win. All he had to do is just play dragons and flame strikes. That's it. I remember the days when I used to build a deck and like feel really good about it when I build it. When I went to rank 5 for the first time with Conceit Shaman, which was not exactly popular by the time I was playing it, but I was like crushing my opponent. It was pretty good. You summon a giant to crush your opponent. Right now, crushing your opponent with a giant is not exactly viable. There's just enough tools to remove those giants immediately, or just summon as many giants with Rush. I don't know. The control game has changed because you just burst your control with Galakrond. That's it. I don't want to just repeat myself.
This wasn't on the map.
It's even worse. It feels even worse than playing against Galakrond. What is this? Seems legit worthless. Pretty sure after his turn, his board is just gonna be full of 6/6 and like I'm dead. It's just, I don't know, man. What are these cards? What do they do? What is this supposed to mean? Oh, Twisting Nether, so it's a control deck that survived all this because it has 2 Lord Godfreys instead of any other board clay, really. I don't know. I don't know anything at all. Everything feels bad and horrible. Stupid. Ah, fuck you! Fuck you, man! It's just one fucking card! One card! He played one card and wins! Why? This is the biggest insanity ever! There has never been that shit. Like, Alex Straza is the closest as you can get for ever bringing the experience of one card wins the game by doing 15 damage sometimes. But what? What? Oh. There's more, you know, like there's more cards like that. No, this is over. I came back to like I made a little better deck, you know, but now everyone is playing control. It's actually worse than aggro, okay? Because the game lasts a lot longer, and you can attack against it. So if everyone plays, it's such a bad. No more Hearthstone, please. And I'm not playing Battlegrounds either. Shut the fuck up, Crib. I don't know, man. I have too much respect for these people just because I fucking put them on the list and I like playing card games. And I put so much fucking time. I have no idea how to wrap my head around this yet. I'll just play in Runeterra and I'll look just to recover. Just to play a good card game. It's like, okay, I had bad experience. Let's get some good experience in here. Oh my god, one card. Just one card. And you win the game now. Like, no. No. Yeah, Alex Straza, Flame Strike. These were rare cards. And you can sort of see what's happening. But they were still problematic. And now there's more. Blizzard is fucking genius. Look at that. Oh my god. It's good. Nothing is happening. Just win because I play better. Exactly. Let's go. It feels so good and it's almost like a guilty pleasure. Like this is not a real card game, is it? So it doesn't feel like super rewarding, and I don't spend too much time here either. The cards are like kind of repetitive, but all of them are like decent. Like there's no unplayable like, shitty cards. Like, come on. They all feel like super flavorful, very difficult to play. So much strategy in just one. A few little things, interactions happen really quickly, back and forth. You know, like you don't wait for their turn. I thought it was like a bad thing, but it turns out to be just fine. Everything is better. This is a perfect game that nobody fucking cares about for some reason. Like Hearthstone players just are sellouts at this point. They're sellouts to their own fucking insanity. The arena experience is actually upgrading and is how it's supposed to be. Like, I have no complaints. It's just perfect. There's a bunch of choices that you have to make, and the more choices you have to make, like, the better the card game is. Is the consequence of your choices that's supposed to give you the results. Come on. Is it so fucking difficult to understand that? Yeah, feel good. So much strategy just happens. I don't even have to show it. Like, this is so complicated. Draven, he gives you access that discard cards but cost 0 mana. Like,
on one arrow.
It allows you for some crazy strategies to just pop up. Attacked once, gets upgraded. It's not easy to actually understand what's going on at that point. And that's what I fucking love.
I don't
Confusion. Thinking. Before you fucking do anything. And every single action, you know, gets a reaction. Like, it gets to do something, and that sometimes actually matters.
I stand for Nazis!
That's game over right there, boys.
I have insurance!
I just ran out of cards too. Like, it's so fucking satisfying. Oh my god. Hell in heaven, baby. Another one. Let's take that. So good, man. This was a pretty intense fight, but I don't think I'm losing this one. Looks pretty manageable. I'm only getting damaged, not exactly losing control of the game. I can just break through and do the damage. Next round. Let's see what he's up to. He has to attack. He has to do everything he can. But he can't. He just showed that he cannot. And he can't break through that, so... It's game over. Next turn is pretty lethal. Because he cannot block with those. I grab this. Or that. Doesn't even matter, honestly.
Axes coming right up!
But I have such a strong delay that I kind of want to just go for it. Just entire play. Just entire play, and he only has 2 cards that he might be able to play. Right. Then kill this. So game over. That's still a kill. Yeah. That was interesting. He had lethal technically next turn with that card. If he breaks through damage. I don't know. I hope he didn't have it last turn. I don't think so. Yeah, this game is amazing. There's so much going on. So much you have to take care of. And most of the time, you can just press the eye icon and see what's gonna happen anyways. And you get educated as well. It's like, wow, it's the best. I actually like Whirling Death, so I'll pick that instead. This is the final round, basically, of the arena. Yes, I am playing arena, and arena is technically better, and there's no, like, crazy decks involved, and you kind of want to stay away from constructed most of the time. Most of the time it's a lot more fun when the rules are a little bit in everyone's favor, so to speak. In smart people's favor, because they have to, like, play on the go, right? And if you are very good on that, which I really love to be very good on, create strategy on the go, like, that's the best. All my heroes have assembled. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Come closer.
Yeah, I love all the mechanics, everything is just perfect. Kill Hearthstone with fire.
Think you're fair?
I think this might be over this turn. He has to really push some minion right now. Because I'm attacking right after. And caught. Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you for that.
Face me.
I think elusives are not a threat at all. Let's go.
You won't suffer long.
You call that sneaky?
He quickly put elusives.
If it's a fight they want,
Want to see these moves up close? Oh, it's on.
I'm one off.
extra muscle never hurts.
Alright. Over, baby. So fucking easy overwhelm, baby. Yeah. Alright, let's put that aside. I enjoyed it well enough. Because I get to win. Obviously. Oh boy. So, with that in mind, we have this distribution. Like, the Hearthstone team got a little better. Thought Howard got a little better because I played Skyrim and I'm still playing it right now. It's actually pretty cool when you allow yourself to run away from monsters and shit. At some point I'm gonna get to like level 16 barely. What I do is I try not to die a single time with the highest difficulty. It is quite a treat, I'm not gonna lie. You're not allowed to really summon dragons because they're gonna kill you the moment you encounter them, so main quests are like totally forbidden. If you complete a few main quests, all of a sudden the dragons are starting to hunt you down, and running from them is kind of like lame. Anyways, Skyrim is not about dragons for me. It's absolutely, dragons actually ruin the experience because they're so tough to beat, and most of the time they are in the sky. You can't just attack them straight up. Like, these are giant, crazy minions that you don't even want to fight because it doesn't feel right to do so. Like, it's weird. You would rather fight dragons in Fallout or something. Like, Skyrim is not about dragons at all. It's about having an RPG experience. And Skyrim is actually pretty bad at doing that. I think, I'm not exactly sure what people see in Skyrim. I actually see Fallout 4 as more balanced game than Skyrim is, like a lot more balanced. So I do not understand why people praise Skyrim so much, even though I actually play it quite a lot, just to try and squeeze myself through and try and enjoy it. Like, there's enjoyable moments, and I understand that the whole mechanic is great, but it's really not meant for gamers, I don't even think. I don't know, I just found Skyrim, finally found how to play Skyrim, and it took me so long to do that, so, like, come on. It's so lame. It's so lame. You have to, like, restrict yourself quite a bit. You cannot craft potions, because those are busted. Conjuration is banned. You have to twist a lot of things to be able to play Skyrim, like ban a few spells as well. But once you do that, you get that, like, pretty neat experience. While in Fallout 4, you don't actually have to ban anything, and it's like a full overwhelming experience. Like, I like it. Some people don't like Fallout 4. I like it. It's great. Fallout 3 is also pretty great, along with the sequel, New Vegas. Like, great. You don't actually need to change much at all, or ban anything at all. Like, it works. But Skyrim works a little bit differently. It's overwhelming how good it is when you get to interact and just put everything together. It's pretty good. But I'm not sure what the average person's experience about it is. Because when I remember playing Skyrim without any bans, you know, you break Skyrim and it's just game over. The first thing I did is just get 100 level smithing, and it felt like really stupid the moment you reach it. It's like, wait, I've done what? I buy resources and just smith, and then teleport and do the same thing over and over again, and then I have 100 smith. This felt very, very stupid, I'm not gonna lie. So I banned resource buying, mainly for that reason. Like, I had to tweak a lot of things, and I even wanted to create my unofficial balance changes, because it's possible to just create a mod fairly easily, but then something broke, and Creation Kit is actually like stupid program that doesn't actually work. It lags, and it's busted. It's old. It's fucking stupid. Alright, so I only finished season 1, and there's like, what, 9 seasons or something? When was... Season what? 6. Okay, 7 maybe. 6 or 7. Wow. That... Same goes with Victorious. It's like there are these shows like mine. Like, I have 3-hour episodes. Crazy, right? But you just put it in the background, hear something interesting, let's hear it, okay, whatever. Like, you can do that. Here you have to, like, really, really watch what's going on. I don't mind, but it has to be, like, good, right? You can't put this on the background. And the show is definitely the best show I think I've seen ever. So Victorious is just some average teenage drama. Literally 8-ball that generates random events. You can put that as a fucking series at this point, and it's not exactly interesting because there's no continuity. There's no fucking story that you want to see resolve or grow in some kind of way. There's nothing happening. Okay, so that sort of stuff does not entertain me. Random events are good for, like, Like what? For a laugh, I guess. That's usually what sitcoms are about. Just, let's just get a laugh with some randomness and emotion squeezes. Just squeeze things for emotion. Give me emotion, you fucking assholes. Act me some emotions, so everyone gets a laugh. That sort of stuff, right? But this is a bit more serious than just, get a laugh. You're actually like, I don't even know, like, you're getting the vibes, you're getting the mystery, this, and how it's put together, like, is always different, like, even though you might even know some of the tricks, but you're also trying to figure them out along with this guy. I don't know. It is intense. Yes. So I do believe that Alyson actually shows up at season 3. I was just wondering, just to be sure, right? Like, that's the important part. So it's still at UK, season 2, okay. How many episodes? We have more episodes, 13 this time, which is... Oh my god. Don't torture. It's so good, right? Like, you have to watch it, but at the same time, it's not a game, it's not exactly that entertaining, where you can just sit back and just do it. I might have to like find a way to actually watch it entertainingly. I don't know. I don't like movies. Like, I don't watch movies either. I don't actually watch long-term things. I put things on the background if a speaker's like actually smart. That's how I do it. It's a bit different for me. Just you have a casual day, you squeeze in a few shows. But now as I have this opportunity to pick anything I want, like I would have to craft my entertainment for myself. But I have so much free time, I can just binge. Just I don't even know what's up. I don't even know. I just have to do it as work at this point and enjoy it as much as possible. But for you guys out there, I'll make sure, which is my work, to figure out how good these shows actually are and who's worth really listening to and why. And how do you get up here? And why am I so great? It's a wonderful work of like self-reflection, other people's reflection, collecting data, all this great stuff. So, without further ado, let's watch some magic. I really want to, like, come back and just share the experience. Because I haven't actually watched this for, like, a week or more. So, I looked at Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which is the actress in Scott Pilgrim. Ramona, okay, Ramona Flowers, the main character technically, or the side chick, I don't know, the main girl, because Chow Knives is not exactly that main, okay, not main Chow boy. Anyways, so I find this movie, and she looks pretty cute in general, okay. And this movie is about superhero high school. Oh, wow. What an original idea. But it's arcade style, right? Like, you can't dodge that bullet. It's 2005, so it's 5 years behind the actual appearance on this Matrix level movie. But this is pretty cute. It's not super bad. But so far it's pretty cute. It looks like she is a pretty big rival to Scott. And we didn't even know it. And our team putting him in. just because he was the first, you know, it's naturally. So let's see what happens, if I like this movie or not. I'm 17 minutes in. There's basically a lot of sidekicks forming a team, because they have been rejected, because they don't have superpowers, but they have superpower wielding parents. I don't know. It's pretty cool. But the arcade style comes where you give someone special powers. That's literally the basics of the arcade. It's cute. There's another problem that I have is like Monica is so strong. I'm building her team and it's like I wanna have it. I want it. So I just ripped her apart yet again. So Marcia doesn't look so strong, cause like that's awfully close. Awfully 30 points, 15 points behind. I don't know, man. I don't like that. I have to say, I mean, this is awfully interesting. Like, this definitely Royale super bad and probably just punches it in the face, because if I'm trying to like remember what the plot was or what the fuck was going on, it was just a mess. It's just pure fucking randomness mess. And Michael Cera himself is like grabbed that mess and just translated into Scott Pilgrim. He's just a messy fucking guy who picks himself up in the last fucking moment just to beat the boss fight. But when he faced with himself, we as the audience should question whether he won or not, because the ending is very awkward and very fucking annoying, I would say. Like, ugh. I'm not saying that Winstead is like top of the notch is what exactly I'm looking for, but this movie is probably better, just straight up. Yeah, the interesting plot of this is like there are two superhero parents, so this is like a rarity. Usually there's just one, and the child doesn't get superpowers. And you can start theorizing why is that the case. My best theory is that the child is just not loved enough, because at some point the parents should have tested the child whether he has powers or not, whether he's comfortable being a superhero or not. Like he's lived life as a fucking, you know. It's satisfying, but at the same time, you know, like how did they screw up? How does anyone screw up? It requires depth. It requires you to actually watch the movie. Theories don't just work all of a sudden, you know? But the part of the theory that I really like is that if you don't appreciate your powers, you're not gonna leave those powers as a legacy. It's more like you're gonna look at them as burden. You're not gonna look at yourself as a superhero, so you're not gonna bring those powers to next generation. Just not. You're just gonna keep it with yourself as if like people shouldn't have this stuff. It's not normal. You know, you would have this sort of wall that the child can actually use to hide himself and pretend that he is a superhero, but he's not. Like, that's what happened. That's the whole fucking plot right now. Of the beginning, at least. It's weird because now he's about to reveal that he's a just powerless human being, and the dad doesn't even take that into a possibility, right? Like, it's a weird thing, man. Well, they do have a pacifier in the plot, which potentially could do some weird stuff. It's a weird territory at this point, but you get the idea. The dad got pacified, so when he has a child, it's a shitty child without superpowers. Amazing. The other ultimate plot twist is that the one that I just rambled about in the previous video. Aces don't exactly have superpowers until they develop those superpowers. They don't just get superpowers, okay? Jokers get their superpowers, usually, from the environment. And they learn how to keep that shit. They get the resources to float above the rest and not play the game of real life. They don't have to worry about real life problems because they solved it with resources. It's still a solution, but it doesn't give them any credit or powers or anything. Right? They have the powers, it's just not actual powers that you develop and take credit for. So when you are not a hero, when you don't have superpowers, your capacity to learn and become stronger is far greater than some crazy superhero, okay? That's what you have to take from this movie immediately. That being a sidekick is actually more important than being a hero. You know, yes, you always have to deal with jealousy, but it's a lot difficult than just kicking super villains' ass because you're powerful than them most of the time, right? That's what makes you a hero. You're good at solving those problems. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a hero. You know, only if you can kick super villains' ass very easily. In order to solve Monica's problem, I have to pull out the Indiana Jones thing and replace Monica immediately, quickly. She's growing in power without being present anywhere on the internet. Who is she? It's like my shadow. God damn it. Alright, I know exactly what to do. So, Monica is no longer in PewDiePie's team. She can still join Team 10 if that ever exists. But I'm replacing her with Nightwish. It's pretty powerful. It's almost as powerful as Linkin Park. I listened to both groups, bands at the same time when I was very young. Like, those were the two that I had, and those were good. It's just, it was good. There's no comment. It's not like I grew up with them, almost. It's almost like they were good and I got them. Just like I got Skyrim. Almost a same source. It's almost like, where do I even get all these things? They're good. Like, if you really think about it, it's not that easy to get good things from life. But I got it. So Nightwish for PewDiePie, it's quite as good as Monica, maybe even better. So there's no problem with that. And he also gets a time rewind to be able to defeat everyone on round 1. Everyone. Maybe except Lava and Leah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but getting 4 points is pretty easy. We're rewinding time. Let's go. Nightwish. Oh man, I love this part. This is the first song that we're gonna listen to. Oh, bye bye, beautiful. Too beautiful. I can't give it up, you know? I can't just give this internet mystery that PewDiePie played with and made a song about, but I can't give it up. You can't steal her. Just like I can't steal YouTube just yet, I guess. Well, I'm willing to trade, I'm not gonna lie. My Powerpuff Girls are great, but I would trade that for YouTube, I think. I still have to think about it, guys. Please. I'm probably gonna steal them back anyways. You know, punch PewDiePie and just steal it back after I get YouTube itself. So, easy trade, okay? Let's go. So, a few more comments. Nightwish is not that good, okay? It's actually a pretty typical band towards the level that they can impress with a few songs and the rest is kind of like junk. But JoJo also has the same kind of level of a singer where she impresses with a few songs and then it's crap all the rest of the way. But there's an exception. She has been around for a long time and she's still active. Actually, she probably even singing about herself and how she never really took over the pop or whatever, some kind of regretful song. So might as well exist. Please exist somewhere. I'm doing the Indiana Jones move and replacing her. And guess what? She's doing pretty well. That's 2.3. 2.3. I'm not gonna push. She's probably capable of pushing through and getting a few points for the team even. But this is a good replacement. I think Monica had 2 or 2.1. So it's a good replacement for the team. You can't say it. Besides, if she does earn some points, well, you're gonna get it right now. Right this moment. But I have to move on and I have to do it quick. And I'm still not capable of filling up this 5K. And I'm still watching a movie. And I have no idea if I'll finish this in this. No, it's probably not gonna happen. There was too many rants on Hearthstone, I believe. And that just kicked me in the ass. Now that I fully researched JoJo, she's actually pretty amazing. Because she taught me a few more lessons that the things that vampires do. Wow, so exciting. Because there's gonna be a lot of vampires on the top. And my girl is a vamp. I can't say psychopath. I would rather choose monster types to describe personalities. Hey, and Wind doesn't actually describe anything either. So they're back. Vampires and monsters are back, just like in good old, very ancient days. Because you would kind of get some weird behavior back in the day when people were hungry and there was no government, there was no order. You would get monsters. Now, monsters are a part of understanding what personalities are and how they behave. It's weird, but here we go. And the one special thing that I've learned is that in order for these people to shine, properly shine, you actually have to need them. You have to invite them because they will always come. These are vampires. They will take opportunities, and that's one of those things. You just gotta need them, and you kind of have to give them opportunities all the time, right? They will take it, and good opportunities, because they're not exactly geniuses, anyways. They know how to choose, but they're not picky, right? That's that's the stuff here. That's why she's kind of a failure, but like not exactly. That's why everyone's a failure. Is Taylor Swift a failure? I have no idea actually. Who is she? How did she came on top of everyone? We'll never know because she's gonna be beaten up to a non-recognizable state. That's what my team is gonna do. I'm sorry, guys. Whoops. This is wonderful. Like, she's re-singing her songs, which is like what artists are supposed to do. I don't know, man. Like, I'm impressed. Maybe I gave a wrong girl here. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm still scared now again. Okay, that was fucking destructive force from Lindsay again. Again? Who is she? God damn it. I don't like this anymore. I'm confirming round 76. Followed 76 confirmed to be a piece of shit, but it's a good name though. Why 76? Because it's online? Or maybe Todd Howard has looked into the future and combined 6 with 7 in the wrong way. It's reversed. Why did you do that? Why did you do it? Why? Yeah, round 7 is actually gonna be finished and Ari is gonna win. Guess what? We're not gonna get any points for that. Here's the story behind it, right? Like, these guys are Liberty people, and they took very, very little amount of time, like 12 days, to come up with the result. And they sit down, they play poker, and you can put them in jail at that moment in time. Easy. If you control reality, poop. We're just ants. You just put something that encapsulates us, and that's it. We're playing poker. Oh yeah, all of us gathered, all from Liberty. Oh, everyone wants to jail them. So it happened, obviously. And anyone who is in jail gets liberty to do whatever, right? For as long as they want. But there's a limit of 5,000. Not 10,000, but 5,000 until we open the portal. To more liberty? No. No. Kind of back to prison again. Yeah. Nobody has escaped from prison. Not even people who are in prison. They will not get the reverse of liberty. They get to do now whatever they want. The same way these people are probably gonna come out of the prison. Like, who cares after they are in? But the interesting part is that it's a weird dynamic in general. It's just weird. And there's a team here that is full of secrets that could just replace people at any moment and be like, or introduce new people and be like, these guys are supposed to be in jail, not me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm up to here. But what I want to do is extend round 6 and shrink round 7 by force, by creating a completely weirdest round ever. It's not 6.5 either. It's literally 76. And it's also a Fallout. It's also a Vault. It's also very, very jail for everyone. For we're gonna change roles, right? These guys gonna live in freedom, and these guys have to live in the prison. And the question is gonna be, which pair is gonna win whatever game we're gonna be playing. It's gonna be a pretty weird game, right? Like, I still haven't come up with it yet. Again, we're gonna have the same shit, or we can just combine these two together. It's actually possible. You earn money and you spend it. How difficult could it be? But it is very difficult. When you're combining things, you might want to find a way to make it extremely simple. Like, extremely simple. And it will feel like an upgrade to a game, but it has to feel like an upgrade to both games, and then it's extremely simple, extremely fun as well. It has to have both funds of both worlds first, and then you sugarcoat so they look the same as well. It's great, okay? It's great. It's gonna be amazing. I'm not sure though, like, if this team is prison keepers. They put themselves in. They literally do, right? And Poppy and Delphine put themselves in prison. It's not like they're seeing other people. And it's not like Courtney is also like super out of prison. No, she's in Smosh and she's kind of stuck with the same faces, and it's not exactly her friends either, necessarily. Like, you never know, right? And I'm not sure about Emma Watson, because nobody's sure. Like, who is she on the internet anyway? She's not in any team. She's not performing anything. But in this team, however, she is. the way it just randomly happened, she is now. As a first impression, because when I was building these randomized teams, like, I picked girls that I was like, I know that person, and she's popular, and that's it. That's literally it. She's popular, so she's gonna have a lot of content on the internet, and it's inevitable. It's inevitable that she's great, and I will not lose just by picking her. And then I realized I can do this. You know, I can put together a competition, because it's not only girls that I care about. I'm subscribed to guys mostly, so the competition actually mixes both worlds quite neatly. Now, I still need to finish like 500 points, so oh my god, it's gonna take a while. But yeah, and I'm also tired. Good job. And also my mom is back. Oh yeah, she was gone, and the house was quiet, and I was not pissed off at anything but Hearthstone and like a little bit of a Crossout. I am not pissed off by Runeterra at all. Like, Runeterra is just crazy good. The only thing I'm pissed off is like, what am I supposed to do in that game? Like, come on, give me an end goal to achieve. Give me some challenges. Give me some PvE, motherfuckers. For once. But nobody can actually fix this problem of card games not being single, or games in general not being single player at all. Like, I want to lose myself in the Matrix, not play against other fucking assholes who just are assholes. You know, it's just for the sake of being assholes, for the sake of winning the game and feeling good about themselves. Like, they occupy an asshole space, and they fart in your face every single time you want to play with them. They're just like, this is the best deck that I have ever built. Now I'm facing you. I hope you have the best deck you have ever built. Nothing else will work. I also copied this deck from the internet. So it's actually not the best deck I ever built, but the best deck I ever put together from the internet. Copy and paste. I am so creative. I want to kill myself. Remove that last message. Remove that last message. and it keeps on forever. Because you cannot remove that last message. Shut the fuck up. I will remove those last messages, and then you'll realize what the fuck you want to do to yourself. I don't understand this form of gameplay where it's players at least stop encouraging players to play the best decks that they have ever built. Do that. You know, make them build hundreds of decks. Hundreds, okay? Fucking hundreds. And allow them to rank up in multiple categories, right? Like if you're managing hundreds of accounts, you could just get just as good of a benefit as if you're managing one account in Hearthstone or any card game. By ranking up and then combining all the ranks and then have the results. So, and all those accounts can have deck slots and whatnot. And every single deck should be a separate ranking account. Every single time you switch decks, like, you're supposed to switch ranks as well. So that, until that happens, Hearthstone can fart its ass off. I'm not gonna smell it. I'm not gonna come anywhere close. I'm not gonna delete it from my computer. But you gotta stay in that toilet, and I will never open the door. Never ever, because I know how many farts there are gonna be. It's just garbage. That one feature breaks it all. When people are forced to play their best decks and nothing else, and there's there's nothing, you know. That's the only progression in Hearthstone as well, right? You unlock cards, and then you put together a deck, and then you play against other players. But guess what? There is no card opening. You have to have all the cards, you know, it's like pay to win type of situation. It's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be fun. You know, that's what progression is supposed to be about. Every single time you open a pack, it's exciting. Like, wow, you know? Wow, and if you're missing that excitement, you can always pay, but you're not forced to do that, right? If you're like, oh, I haven't completed enough quests, I might as well. You get guilt for not paying, and it's still the same amount of profit, but it's like, oh no, it's a completely different world at that point. It's a world that you can fucking expand. I will not make same mistakes, but I'm such an ace, I can't work on games anymore, guys. I have to work on ideas, and this idea is super fresh and super amazing. And until it's out there, I'll be killing myself too. Just like you. Just like you and you. Yay. We're all friends here. Oh, he died. I did not meant to do that, but I still want to do it, you know, in general. You don't, because you have to define it first, what it means to kill yourself, blah. No, seriously. Definition is probably the most golden word in the universe. Definition. Like, it's even above logic, which is rare for anything to be above logic. Like, how? You need logic to put together a definition, right? Well, you kind of need. But definitions are out there regardless you want it or not, so it's illogical. That's what it is. The concept that's above logic has to be a concept of absolute force. You are forced to define things first, even. You're forced to do that first, and then apply logic to it to improve your definitions. So the first impression that I get is probably good, okay? And the idea that I get is probably good. You know, you have jail and liberty. J and L working together, just beautiful. I'm impressed now. to add logic, all I have to do, I have these full containers. I'll just smash them together. They already have teams. So I just want to peek into the future and see what kind of game mode are we going to be playing. So, round 6.5. Not 7.5, not 76. We're gonna do it proper. So we're gonna backtrack a little bit and look into the past, because I don't think Selena actually got full disclosure of what she's up to in general. But at the same time, I'm actually running into a fatigue right now. I can't wait for round 8, but I want to like finish this properly, because there's one specific event that has to happen, which is everyone here enters the Matrix. But it's pretty fun if when you enter the Matrix you like realize, oh shit, it's the same fucking shit. It's just people from Liberty, but we're all in jail now. Or is it jail? It doesn't have to be. It's both. The both worlds collide. So how does the jail looks like when it's liberated? That is the crazy part, right? It's a jail where you know the key of how to escape. That's the key here. Jail location. Jail, but you know how to escape. And here's how the key is named. Okay, here's the definition of the key. The key to escape any jail ever: be full of yourself. Usually people who are in jail, they are empty. They have nothing. And they have to create a lot of things out of nothing. It's absolutely difficult, absolutely. But you have to fill up, become full of yourself. And jail is full of people that you can interact with and create that fullness. And then you come out into, real world and you're actually interesting and people might interact with you. Absolutely. Because being in jail is not exactly like a complete shutdown of your life. There's actually a trick that happens, right? You are banned from most jobs and most employees don't like you, but at the same time, if they really don't like you and really don't find you useful, there's something wrong going on, right? And that is the question that everyone has in their minds. How did you escape jail? Because you have to escape by changing yourself completely, right? Turning into a completely new human being that is way more powerful than anyone else. It's just being in jail is actually quite an intense experience, and the moment I get this key myself, right now, I am 100% immune to any form of jail. Hello everyone. Immunity is building up, and aces are super powerful, and I'll be willing to share my secrets with all the aces who are powerful enough, right? And they will share their secrets. That's just what's gonna happen. It's sort of a new generation, but it's never new. It's just like old aces are getting old. Someone new comes into play like myself. I bring a friend, perhaps. If there's enough new aces, the system is forced to normalize itself and ask us for secrets. They share their secrets. We normalize, and the game changes. And if we do it correctly, the game might change so much that we're gonna bring entire humanity into the future. Just skip all the bad parts and go to the good parts. That could happen. Anything can happen when you're dealing with the highest powers in the world. At that point, reality is not real anymore. You can forge anything. You can do anything. I hate sitting on that idea that anything is, but it, like, at this point I can't. I can't doubt myself anymore. Because I can see what money is capable of doing and how people don't appreciate it at all. So to that extreme, like, wow. We're all living in it and we're all appreciating it to some degree. We're using it, right? We're enforced. Money is almost above logic, which is not good, but we love it so much. And we don't actually change how it works, or improve it, or introduce coins that's not just Bitcoin, but like just coins. I make coins, I become a bank, I share my coins, and everyone shares their coins and whatever, and crafts coins. Because coins are awesome, okay? Awesome! You can draw anything on top of the coin and be symbolic and like be memorable, and you can store it and collect it, like, and take it from other people and then put together on your wall, and somebody creates a coin about that and it becomes art. Like, everything can happen with coins. Physical coins, obviously. For fuck's sake. Don't email me your bathwater, okay? Physical coins. So we have physical interactions again. You know, there's technology that you can't make. You can't make up a technology. You can't break reality that much. Because it's out there. It's real. For a fucking reason, right? So we need to figure out how to smash them phones, okay? Where do we get this hammer? And what does this hammer do? And what I say, that hammer makes coins. That's what I say, motherfuckers. So until we figure out how to make coins, we're never gonna have good money. We're just gonna have government money. We're gonna spend government money. We're literally getting in debt every single time we spend government money. Because government is like, ha ha ha, you believe in me. You believe even more in me. You know, you have been using me. Give me more credit. What? Obviously, no. Nobody's gonna return debt to the government. Who cares? Because they're made out of debt. Right? Like, it's literally their identity. Nobody cares. It's not like we're gonna go to jail and be raped. We're gonna go to jail and kick government's ass if we do. Like, just no one can stop us, okay? Stop it. Stop trying to stop us. So, if you're not convinced about the coins, what could convince you? Right? Money is a form of trust, okay? So if you collect real money, right now, real money, you know. So what exactly are you collecting? Government trust. Government trust you. Congratulations. Go to war now. You're drafted. Let's go. They can use you, you know. The more money you have, the more use government has out of you, and they trust you. They trust that they can take everything from you, and you're gonna cry like a little baby. And guess what? If you have a company and you're very rich, they trust you so much because you have so many friends. Oh boy. Now you want to make some coins, guys? Right now? No Bitcoin right now. Has to be physical. It has to be hand-to-hand. Hand-to-hand combat, yes. Boxing, boys. Let's go, Logan Paul! Logan Paul! Yeah, let's make some noise because we have a plot. Coins. That's what we're making right now. We're making the best coins in this prison. Liberated prison, because we can do whatever we want here. And nobody knows. That's That is amazing. 2 jokers came up and put together a feast. Round 6.5. Coming up next episode. But this episode, we still have to finish it up. So stick with me, because you need to finish it up, or you're skipping my episodes? How dare you? What? Do you want me to call Rebecca Black right now? Look how upset she is. She's holding an old phone. Like, how dare you make me hold a phone at this point? You know how hard it is to smash old phones? Yeah. It's pretty difficult. It's difficult to smash new phones because, like, dude, it's expensive. Just hide it. It doesn't exist, okay? Let's pretend it doesn't exist. It's very expensive. I know it's useful, but you can smash those old. You're like, oh, you let me smash that? Smash the idea of having phones? Are you kidding me? Look at that. Let's go, Rebecca. Let's destroy them. Another thing is now, these people did not get any points for their team. They worked so hard, and the teammates worked so hard, and they collected so much money, and it means nothing. Round 7. Absolute useless. Piece of garbage. Obviously not. And they understand that. So they're waiting now in Liberty and asking people, what can I exchange this for? And the people are gonna say, like, do you have any friends? You know, like, don't you have to go somewhere? They're gonna create this urge of anxiety and panic. Just slowly creep in as well. It's like, you want me to help you? You know, it's just, oh my god! Oh, stop it! Wow. Because that is the biggest problem. Like, where do you spend the money? How do you get the points from me? You can't get points from me when I decide not to give to you the points when I gave double here. Double the points. So it could just be like, ah, psych, I'm not giving you any points. But here, I'm gonna be giving 3 times the points. And then we're gonna get no points again. Aces will not get any points anymore. Well, I will. Round 8 is going to be a little bit twisted. Anyone will be able to fix their mistakes and rewind time. And some kind of wars happening at the same time. I don't know. It's just huge armies that want to change a few members maybe and get a few points for underperforming. Like Hearthstone waits to recruit a bunch of people right now. I'm excited. So let's go. Let's do it. Also, as I recalculate, I might be inspired to add even more people and test more people. Like, it's a test round as well. It's going to be a lot of work, but can't wait. We're not going to earn any points in that point. And these rounds are pretty solid, so not many changes can happen here as well. In the Joker round, like maybe a few tiny little edges you can add, or maybe we're gonna create a coin system that it's gonna keep on collecting stuff, and if any change happens, the point distribution switches up a little bit. Who knows? But that's what round 8 is about this final strike that you can make. The abilities that we have are shrinking, okay? We have to be more original, more creative, try different things, and at the same time we have to shrink the abilities that we have to just straight up interact with things. So as the power rises, we also have to shrink it down and condense it. It's simple. Now, round 9 is going to be the conclusion, right? We have been collecting points for some reason, so we're going to use that for round 9, which is whichever team wins has to defeat every other team. A person who wins, a golden person in this case, a golden team member, is gonna have to fight the other ones and win all the fights consecutively, right? You win against this, next, and you rise also in the ladder. And if you lose, you can try again, and again, and again. And once the year is over, we start all over again. So if you then you cannot try. We have to just move on and be like, well, you couldn't complete this super amazing jail task of defeating everyone. Yeah. Become legend. Defeat every rank and become legend. The best decks. literally Hearthstone ranking system in the round 9. Except you have 8 ranks to conquer. Those are pretty big, You have representatives of teams. But golden, okay? The chosen ones. I have chosen this year to be represented by, that sort of stuff. This year is gonna be controlled by, just because, just because. Alright, so we can move on. Let's finish this up. I'm actually so impressed by Lindsay Sterling that Alyson Hunnigan has to go away from the internet. We have a new bad boss over here, and it's like my mentor, because I always hum, like, violin is within me. I always... I'm always on the ground. That's what it means. No, like, seriously, I have to switch. It's not gonna work. She's also my Joker, and it works a little bit differently. But I assign my Jokers, which is 2 ladies and 2 guys who run their teams right now. But the ladies are, like, together, working. And Lindsay has worked a lot harder, okay? I'm just saying. Very hard. That's about it. Making the switch. I'm not sure if the switch is gonna happen here. It will be their team that will decide it. But I have to. After watching this guy's medieval, introduction, I got the sense of us going into the future just because it feels so pleasant, but at the same time we're leaving a lot of things behind, and then things that we leave behind, we create explosions out of it, so they would just kind of stay and linger for as long as they possibly can. For me, my personal goal is to bring back some of those old things that we have exploded and destroyed, technically. We used for the profit of going into the future and getting this technology and convenience. But we have also a lot of love for medieval times, for just this medieval combat, right? Like RPGs. I built on top of this. and all this lore and all this crazy shit, and now the tooth apparently were better back in medieval times. So there are also some very mysterious and magical habits. The life was simple and very, very much attractive. And so we left that and improved on top of that and as quickly as possible. But that didn't actually give us speed. It gave us a lot of things that we will have to bring back from the past, including love. We barely even have ability to have sex, by the way, which we did. We did the baby boomer stage, and guess what? We will no longer have that. People will have a very uncompatible relationship with each other now. Very difficult. So I want to bring something that hasn't or has already exploded, has already been used, and just to prove that in the future we can do that. We can bring things back and don't have to use things that are already in our disposal as a resource, but we just kind of explode it and like use it until we run dry and can no longer, have it anymore. Just so we could be 1 inch into the future and invent new things. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just how time works actually. We need bigger and better things, so we have to use some kind of resource more and more until we realize we can make an explosion, so we just do it. And we don't care much. Because why? We're always going to get something new and better each time we do it. Now, to prove, besides population explosion and technological explosion, we have government, we have inventions in general. But what is like the best thing? Money, trades? I'm not exactly sure. But what... Let's say I take an example of love, right? Like, love has been used already, and it's the form of population explosion was not a form of love. So there was something that just, we used it. Back in marriage, when people are making families in America, right, creating the American dream before it was the ability to create a baby boomer generation, right? So there was also generations beforehand, but we don't have much history with those generations. Like, I don't care anymore. That's what makes it so easy to just take a resource and destroy it, but we don't have it either. We don't have love for each other, like, at all. Like, someone has to prove me that we have it, because we don't. We have respect, we have loyalty, we don't have what's supposed to be love, and like, what, I guess, a literature age, an age of books, when everyone was like into book reading, because that was the only like super entertainment. I don't know. That sort of age behind most of the technology, probably still had love in it. I'm not sure. You can think that games and like animation, you can put so much work and love into those things, but you don't necessarily get them to live and prosper and be popular and attractive to people. It's not gonna work out. 90% of the time, we need something else completely. We already like determined that love is dead, technically, right? So what happens when it comes back? Now, obviously, yeah, the way that I have to look at it is how difficult it is to achieve it. Can I achieve it? Do I really need to? All these things I have to put together. And I have to find within history what could have happened. It's more of a speculation than a clear part of history, because you can't really find it anymore. It has to be like very easy access of some kind of event. And it's not like wars happened, then population explosion. So wars happened, probably the world wars, right? Immediately after we ran out of love. So wars started happening. It's pretty interesting. We first use up a resource and then we get the consequence. Just like we create the baby boomer generation, but we have the consequence generation afterwards of children not knowing what to do in this world and how to deal with their parents and how to find work and opportunities, because nothing is presented to them. They are overwhelming the world with their presence. Even just by being, I am overwhelming everyone, and I'm not getting enough attention. Even I'm not even getting enough attention. I'm not even talking about love. I don't have parents that are capable of love anymore. You know, that's the first thing. First, like when you come for history, just look at your parents and you get most of the history that you need. So, but I'm really desperate to bring back the resource, because at some point everything converges and you have to find the most valuable things, and you have the experience of the future, and you have to converge into this, medieval period. Technically speaking, it's going to be pretty medieval, but technologically advanced. You will appreciate everything that medieval people did, appreciated, because they were forced to, but now you're forced to almost appreciate it unnaturally, because those things exist still, and they're still useful, like riding a horse. Wow, how useful is that? Pretty useful, I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait, horses have to be stored in places and they shit all over the place. Oh my god. But yeah, it's the new Tesla, man. It's a horse. Welcome back. Technological advanced? Nope. Let's go back to horse. Horsepower. 1 horsepower. It's funny, but just linger for a moment of what it means to have a horse. Horse is something you can steal very easily, by the way, and use it. So the idea of a horse is actually pretty good. We can still have technological ideas of medieval things, right? Like swords. I can stab you in the back, but you have armor. I don't know. The ideas are still evolving, but we could go back to like super simple ideas, just because we have such complex technology as well. Oh boy. My mind. I'm not sure what to choose. I just want love back, Not one thing, please. Now, it also could be the case that we always explode in order to achieve love. Explode the resource, because there could be a resource that always brings humanity forward, and we constantly want to achieve it no matter what. So, baby boomers like, let's have sex until we find love. Yay. Now, this generation is like, let's watch porn until we find love. Yeah. I'm not joking, by the way. This is where I find love, okay? Don't judge. Yeah, this doesn't sit right. This thing being thrown out there, just at all. when the system is already fucking freezing. There's one thing that probably happens every single season of humanity. Doomsday device. Yeah. Doomsday. Except it's a very, very interesting system. The aces are on top, right? So the construct of time itself is built currently like this, the season being 4. And it's very freezing for our society, and we're even being taught to do social distancing. That's great. But the doomsday comes if the time actually turns people against each other or whatever. I don't know. If people just basically screw up, at any point people can screw up a season and we're evil or something. All of us. And the doomsday comes when just the clock decides to let's just move on. It would happen like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what would happen, but as the clock ticks, it feeds into the anger of the world, right? The anger increases because the season, is stuck here, and it feeds. Actually, what I think would happen, instead of a doomsday, this little thing, this 1, would somehow turn into 2 out of nowhere. That would be the judgment of God, basically. That would be like some weird shit is gonna happen once that happens, because this thing is timeless. This thing is here for the exactly what I just say is doomsday or judgment or whatever changes we have to make that's going to be forced upon us of the anger of the world collectively, right? So I can feel that. I'm an ace, by the way. I have collected so much anger that that's where I am. I finally realized that. And I finally wasted enough time thinking about it. Guys, it's not just random spit talk that anyone can fucking do. I had been sitting around and just thinking in my fucking present. How cool is it? Very cold. Very fucking cold is it. So it's almost like very logical that I picked Rebecca Black, which is a vampire, which is actually embraced by the world and not the other way around, which you would think like she has suffered or something. Like, of course she had an opportunity, and I think she's failing as a human being like everyone else. I'm feeling like a human being if someone like watched me from another point of view, right? Like, everyone's failing more or less if they're not in like this loving and creative relationship. But at the same time, if you also have to take away the progress, right? Look at the progress instead of like how is he doing as a human being. Like, the progress would actually surprise you. Me and hers, and not necessarily everyone else's. Like, once you talk about the progress, it's a lot different story, right? Still, through everyone's perspective, we can look like trash, but once you actually listen to our stories, like, you will change your mind. And that's why a lot of people are underrated. Anyways, I can't wait. If this happens, it's my time to shine, right? doomsday. If aces just get very angry, and aces don't wanna listen to me yet. Okay, they can't hear me, but they could get very angry once they do hear me. And I do put out all of these ideas that I have. The ideas come from same place, right? I'm talking about problems of the world has. I'm talking about that's probably it. Literally just problems, because there's a big definition what it is. Everything that we're facing in life that blocks us from being happy, blocks us from having things, just blockers everywhere, and freezers of life, and killers of life. Problems define almost everything that's evil in the world. So as I'm collecting that, and I'm getting more and more angry and powerful technically, because I'm holding an emotion that I can actually teach other people to have. Why is it so powerful? We'll figure it out, okay? I'm still kind of having trouble finishing this, and now that I know this is not gonna get points, right? But at the same time, I feel that round 6.5 is actually wrong. It's not gonna happen. This round 7 is actually the shit. Because there are a bunch of jailers, right? There are a bunch of jokers who are just jokers, right? But then there are jokers that are jailers. They jail liberty constantly. Liberty is the force that will eventually have to go home. Okay? Jail jokers are actually more powerful because they have a duty to do. They have something that liberty jokers need. Okay? Need to have. At least once in their life, in order to have liberty. These guys can have liberty at any moment. They probably even understand it better than everyone else. It's such a weird concept that one joker is better than the other, and almost like significantly. But it's better by that margin of definition, and it's capable of doing something extra to the other joker. So this time, what's gonna happen is that these jokers are gonna imprison the liberty jokers based on in order of how much they have basically accumulated. So whoever is on the first place is gonna get to choose first. Obviously my team is gonna be solid, okay? Like you basically choose whoever is the most powerful. You get whoever is the most powerful. So even though Dr. Phil is the most powerful, we wouldn't choose that. We would just stick to the team. There are a few obvious choices. Because Selena is actually more powerful than Dr. Phil significantly, because her power has been reduced. It still would be the case, even though they will work together, and Ari's power is going to be reduced by half. Okay. So yeah, they're going to form very small Joker teams, and they will not be able to rely on teamwork anymore. So that's going to happen. And hopefully it's going to happen very quickly compared to what has been. Like, I'm crawling. From 4.4, I am crawling. I can't walk anymore. It's getting very difficult. Not necessarily to find things to watch. Like, I can always just watch Penn and Teller Foolish. Everything's just becoming like super difficult to do the same thing over and over again. Just out of sheer support for other creators out there. Like, no. At some point I just sit there and I can't. I just can't do it. I have to reset my system, and even that feels very bad because I already did that a bunch of times. So I literally feel like my whole system is falling apart as I do it. Everything is like a usable resource, so it's very difficult, okay, to just sit through this. Eventually, again, we're gonna have to do a reset and do it all over again, and it's gonna be wonderful because I've spent like 3 months on this thing out of nowhere, just out of nowhere. Oh, I'm passionate about this thing and I don't want to stop. And this is not game programming, it's probably better. So yeah, because like I don't really like gaming actually. Like even though I sit there for hours, it's amazing. There's other things in life that I like a lot more, and it's just not happening in my life, right? Like there's no way to actually create it. It's such a weird concept as well. I really wanted to make another change of where I want to focus, because College Humor did something much more interesting. It branched out, or it spit out a successful idea, which is Adam Ruins Everything, and at the same time, some of the cast kind of like graduated into that portion, right? And Hardly Working was no more. It was something else now. Except Trap, because he didn't graduate it. It's almost like this sketch actually made fun of him or something. Fired him for 4 years, or rather hired him still to stay in College Humor and try and graduate next generation. But now nobody's graduating, they're just rotating in and out. It's hard to keep track of what's going on because nobody actually has potential anymore. Alright, so I will give the floor to Adam, as long as he can actually ruin College Humor, as I'm brought back to Hardly Working series. If those are good enough, which seems like super good right now, compared to, how everyone else is doing, and how College Humor in general is doing, it's actually super good. I'm getting very excited about the next step that's going to be in this puzzle. I am going to give some points for this round, and then double the points the next round. I'm keeping the theme of coins, though. That's what excites me, because this is a very interesting solution to what could happen in the world. And it's a very playful thing as well. And, my discovery that there's something above logic that is called definitions, because you have to define yourself as well, and you have to have coins that you want to print, right? Certain type of coins that you want to print, and you add more and more definitions in the pool of the coins on how you want to present yourself to other people, right? Presentation, you just give coins and they give coins. You don't actually exchange money, but you very, very quickly exchange the idea of who you are based on that. And the question is, does that work? How would that work? Me as an ace, I can put out ideas on a table, and I wonder if jokers can actually solve problems for me when they come together. Can they actually do as much work as I can, right? I can figure out the solution, but would they actually help? So that's my question. And they're gonna struggle with that question for the rest of the round. It's gonna happen. I think it's still gonna be the same. They're just gonna collect some kind of value tokens, whatever. I literally can't stop thinking of great ideas that would happen as a cause of that. And could change my mind, you know. It could create my entire, like, purpose in life. Like, that's a pretty big deal. Just making coins and Jesus. Becoming a bank, a personal bank, and never trusting money ever again. Like, anything can tip the scales and anything can be stupid and childish until it works, right? It just starts working out of nowhere. You know, at first it could just be a funny little coin game. Why not? Or a card game, it could be that. Yeah, fun little card game. Fun little thing that it's very easy to share at first. Like, oh, it will not stop. Like, we're gonna establish an entire empire. And it's gonna be an entire episode dedicated to that idea, which is pretty fucking epic. So I don't want to spoil it right now, you know. I want to spoil it all in one place. So let's wait what happens. I also think that Emma Watson is going to replace Alyson at any moment now, because they're both related to magic. And shut up. How did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? Yeah, magic. I just had to see. They're both related to magic, and I don't know. Still, Emma Watson has to have a lot of good movies. Just have it. I acted here and here instead of just Harry Potter. I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter because I've seen it. It's all spoiled and shit to me. Honestly. There may be a few little things that I want to take away from it, but that's it. I don't know what kind of ideas I can get from it. Like, that's very important. You have to be impressed again. And it's very easy to be impressed when you haven't seen something. And also, it's actually easy to be impressed when you are introduced to something completely new that nobody talked about. So Sky High actually worked for me. And it's a movie from Scott Pilgrim universe now. You know, from Ramona universe. I talked about it a little bit, you know, but it worked. Superhero movie. Nobody talked about it. It's a good movie. What's not to talk about? Jesus. It's one of those movies that you have to talk about and share. So I'm kind of scratching my head, like I don't know what's going on. And for me now, Scott Pilgrim Universe is now a huge universe. It has 2 good movies that I would recommend. It's not easy to recommend, but it's good. I enjoyed it more than I would enjoy Harry Potter, you know. If there's new Harry Potter movies and new generation doing it properly, because there's a vibe that I do like. I do like the vibe, but it still makes me question whether it's a good movie actually, because you can do anything, and it sort of works, and I don't like that, you know. There's a lot of rules that you can break basically, and I don't like that. I like when things are consistent and you understand what's going on, right? Like you understand what's possible. When someone builds up their kind of magical skills, you way more into it, because you know their power level, you know what they're facing. Like, that sort of stuff requires a lot of series, and that's why Naruto takes the cake in that front. Like, you kind of know power levels actually. It's kind of weird. Even though sometimes they can get broken, it's just very interesting to see it broken. Like, it's not every single time it happens. I realize now one thing about comedy, and Adam kind of ruined comedy here, not, or is, I don't even know how it's called actually. Oh, a sitcom, whatever. But yeah, you can ruin college humor, and it's almost like I feel recruited, you know, like I have to ruin Jake Paul and college humor at the same time while I'm introducing this member that's ranking up points out of nowhere. Like, this is fast what's going on with Adam, but he doesn't have much content, so I'm kind of worried. I'm not exactly sure if it's 4 episodes, but like that's kind of slow development of how they attack problems. Like, but this is so satisfying. So for me, in order to attack comedy, I know for a fact that funny comes from fun first, and that fact just makes it all different, the whole difference. You cannot just make fun out of something. You cannot force fun. You know that. It's not fun to actually just trash other people or bring up stereotypes. Like, none of this is fun. Fun is, you know what. When you ask what is fun, you know what kind of scenario you kind of want to create, because it's supposed to be fun for you as a director even, and as a cast member. Everything has to be, you know, fun for you. And once you create that environment, you can push that over the edge and create a funny environment. You know, when you're having way too much fun and you create a crazy environment, you know, just spice it up. You know how it's done. I don't have to tell you, but probably a lot of people don't do it. I'm just saying. I'm not even attacking anything. I'm just saying how it's done. That is correct. If you drink a lot of alcohol, it's an inflammatory disease or activity. Basically, fire, okay? And the only way to cure it, drink a lot of water and sleep. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? I would. I would have thought of that, okay? I would. I can ruin science. I'm fucking strong, guys. With personality in everything. There's personality everywhere. And even alcohol has personality. Who would have thought? It burns your body and then makes you nauseous because, oh my god, I just burned half of my body. That's supposed to do stuff. Now I can't do stuff. Oh my god. You know, like, Jesus Christ. Science cannot figure out why do you get hangover in the first place. But then she gives a good example of what it is. So, science is always like wearing glasses. I can't really see. I can't really see without my glasses. Yes, you can, you fucking cancer. Science is cancer. Science causes cancer. I will prove that very soon, guys. That is the best fucking ruin ever. And you might get really scared, because it might actually be true. Anyways, is cancer related to science? Let's keep going. He's almost there, okay? He's almost reached the limit of, like, I can take it, okay? You know, I ruined everything. Duh. Jake Paul. College humor. None of that shit is necessary. By the way, there's actually 11 episodes, maybe even more. But that's great, because I literally ran out of stuff to watch. Now I have more. Thank you. Alright, as we approach 1 inch away, the episode ends. We're so close. Courtney's winning still. I mean, Watson just kind of took the whole cake of Penn and Teller. Like, that's all that it was containing. And she added a cherry on top. I guess that works. Every single time it works. I don't actually like her as much as the rest, but the rest also are not likable in general, so I don't know. I'll just give it up that it's a solid weird team. Even though Emma is not even on YouTube, right? Like, at all. Please. Just like Delphine though, which are wildcards. Maybe I'll just answer this one little thing and then finish it up. First thing I noticed right away is like Selena Gomez and Emma Watson are like the most popular girls in terms of like a hotness and attractiveness, which is weird across the internet or maybe like Russian websites. Who cares? They're the most popular, and they share a personality trait of being Earth. I don't know if that works. I think that works because these people are fucking rare. Okay, just like Selena sings, it's rare for Earth people to just come out into this world of popularity in general. It's very rare if you actually calculate the stuff. Like Keanu Reeves is rare. Okay? Goddamn, fuck equality, okay? If women wanted equality, instead of fighting for themselves, they should fight for equality. It's like, what are you trying to define here, you know? I am trying to define myself as a victim, and I want to help myself now, so I get everything. Now men are gonna be victims. How are you gonna fucking fix that? If you want equality and fucking justice, do that. Please. For fuck's sake. Instead of just looking at yourself and being like, oh, I am a victim. Oh, I am. Please help. Yeah, punch you in the face, that'll help. Because you can't punch me back. Where's equality in that? You know, how do you make that fair? If I really want to punch you in the face, you can't stop me. You can just put me in jail afterwards. Holy shit, consequences, am I right? No, you can't stop me, you know? Where do you find equality in that? Do you want to punch me in the face as much as I do, and we're gonna have a conversation about equality? I don't know. I don't even want to come up with good examples. I just want to be weird about this topic. This is so stupid. I already explained why. This has to be the best reading voice I have ever heard.
Through her theater
Best
director
meme
before
ever.
going to 8 rounds of auditions. The actress grew up on screen just as her character developed into a powerful and
The actor? Why? Why are these fucking channels invading my fucking privacy? Just give me the facts. Just write them down on the screen. I'll appreciate it a lot more than just trying to fucking read them out and, oh look, it's pictures. No. I don't know what to watch. She doesn't exist on YouTube. I don't want her. She's not actually that pretty either, right? She actually destroyed her prettiness, and probably for a good reason, because she sucks. I literally don't like it that she's so associated with magic. There's nothing magical. I'm so angry. But at the same time, I feel like Emma Watson, right? No! Stop it. Alright, I think I'm set for next part of the round. Now, these jokers, previous jokers, are in prison. And together they will perform for us. I have no idea how it's gonna work, but that's where I ended up with. So let's see you guys in the next episode of part 4 of round 7, the prison break, or the coins, because that's the plot. It's all about the coins, guys. Also thumbnails, because I haven't actually added thumbnails, and I am lazy, but I might need to do it in a batch, and might need to reconstruct how I do thumbnails in general, like rethink all of that, because those are kind of coin based as well, right? Like thumbnails that represent a video. A coin could actually be used to be scanned and then show you a video of some sort. Like, there's some cool implications to what coins can do. So right now, the points are in. Our team is obviously ahead, and Poppy got 1 point for the second place team. So not the worst performance, but we're way ahead. We're almost unbeatable. In fact, we are very strongly bonded as well. Like, this is a difference of, we have 775 points if you cut it in half. 775. So and top place is about 600, so 200 difference. That's quite a bit, okay? Quite a bit more than previously with Dr. Phil, who, well, he's a cheater, of course. Of course he wins by cheating. He has so many guests and so much content, but mostly guests that turn into popular people out of nowhere. And he cheats his show as well. This is not gonna happen this time, okay? We're gonna fix a few mistakes and bring a flawless victory anyways. As we can lose 3 points, come on. It's not gonna reduce our perfect score. Let's go to next round.